Now, President Macron of France is in the North African nation of Algeria today. It's the start of a 2-day visit aimed at repairing relations, though discussion is also likely to focus on how the country can help Europe achieve energy security without Russia. I'm joined by the journalist Nabila Ramdani. Hello there.
Hello, good afternoon, Lucy.
Good afternoon to you. So Macron's visit, is it representing better relations, do you think, between France and Algeria?
Well, I think superficially it certainly represents better relations between the two countries. The very fact that the president of France is actually traveling to Algeria during a period that is traditionally viewed as a holiday in France shows that he has some serious business on his mind, and he wants to get it done while maintaining the best relations he can. The reality, however, is that relations between France and Algeria are traditionally very fraught, for the simple reason that France was an extremely cruel coloniser of Algeria for 132 years, and in living memory, it prosecuted a barbaric war against Algeria's indigenous population. And more recently, Emmanuel Macron made some very condescending comments about Algeria. For example, he said that the country was not really a proper nation before colonization, and he also accused the current government in Algiers of whipping up hatred against France, as if they were the aggressors.
So not the best relationship, you can see. The meeting now is happening. Business is forcing it to happen, really, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. I mean, there's a very obvious energy crisis in Europe, especially, it was precipitated by the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And certainly, President Macron has looked at the new relationship between Italy and Algeria. Italy is now fully reliant on Algeria for its gas supplies. And Italy is one of the major economies in the EU, which is a bloc that strives for conformity in all matters. And France generally has a relatively good energy program, but it's very much under threat. Its nuclear energy plants are getting very old and indeed very outdated. And as I mentioned, there are mutual sanctions related to Russia. That is to say, Vladimir Putin threatening to turn off his gas supply to Europe, but also French sanctions against Russia. And all that are depriving France of energy supplies it had come to rely on. And as we approach winter and potentially years of Russia being treated as a rogue state, I think urgent action is needed. And Algeria, which is in the top 10 gas producers in the world, and is also a massively rich energy supplier in general, such as oil, for example, is seen by the French as the obvious solution.
I mean, given the previous fraught relationship, though, how likely is this to be agreed?
Well, I think there will be a lot of pragmatism involved. Geographically, Algeria is perfectly placed to serve the European continent. And in the case of France, they are very close ties, albeit strained ones. Algeria is doing business with lots of other countries, including China, for example. And France fears it may be losing out as the New World Order takes shape following the disaster of Russia's attack on Ukraine. Now, nobody would begrudge the French of, showing interest in Algerian gas, but it is no excuse for pretending that Algerian-French relations are anywhere near being reconciled following the barbarism that took place in living memory.
Okay, thank you very much for that, journalist Nabila Ramdani.